Most guys think that emotional maturity is being soft, but that's not what it means. It means being the kind of person that other people feel safe around. Because a lot of people can be confident, a lot of people can act tough, a lot of men can provide. But the second that things don't go your way, you become aggressive, you lash out at people, you become cold. And this is unhealthy, not only for the people around you, but yourself as well. Because you end up losing respect from those people and the relationships that you've built with them. Emotional maturity is not about having all your emotions figured out, but it is about handling your emotions without hurting other people. An emotionally immature man would react immediately. So he would feel hurt and then he attacks. He feels ignored and then he decides to withdraw affection. He feels as if he's being criticized and then he becomes defensive. But the emotionally mature man would pause before reacting. And this pause can honestly save your relationships, because pausing allows you to realize that just because I'm feeling something doesn't mean that I have to react based on those feelings. So take a deep breath and think about it. A real life scenario would be like your girlfriend. She takes longer to respond than usual, and then you quickly respond with negative feelings like, oh, you didn't respond to my text. It shows that you clearly don't care, but that's not the case. She might be busy with stuff that you just don't see, but she plans on making the time. Rather than attacking and going based on those feelings that you're feeling in the moment, you can just ask, is everything okay? And if she doesn't respond, bro, you have a life as well. Live your life and don't wait for someone by the phone, because that's just going to build up the anxiety that you're currently feeling. So what would the mature response look like? The emotionally mature response would look like you taking the time and pausing and thinking about the other person's predicaments, such a fancy word, the other person's situation, and saying to yourself, okay, maybe this person is busy at the time. And by the way, guys, in a relationship, you don't have to talk to your partner 24/7. So if you don't hear a response from them at a certain time, it's okay, they'll come back to you. You know, relationships about fluctuation. But getting back to the main point is you should pause, take your breath, think about it, and then if it is bothering you, just ask. Just say, hey, I'm overthinking a bit. We usually talk at this time. Is everything okay? One allows you to build connection with the person. The other, the emotionally immature response, is just attacking the other person. And rather than creating peace, love, and bringing both of you together, it actually causes what you fear most, the distance. So the second part of emotional maturity for men is stop making your emotions the responsibility of everyone else but yourself. So emotional immaturity looks like this. It looks like you having to constantly get your emotions regulated by another person. So for example, you constantly need reassurance from the next person. You get cold when you're upset and you expect the other person to decipher what's happening or like break down like codes to see that you're upset. Or you punish the other person with silence. So these are examples of emotional immaturity. But emotional mature men also do feel things deeply. We feel things deeply, but we don't take it out on our significant others or friends. So regulate your emotions. by yourself, communicate things calmly, and from that point on, you'll see a big difference. So this is hard for a lot of men, and not only men, just people in general. By the way, this applies to both men and women. It's just directed towards men in this video because I'm experiencing some of these things and I'm learning from it. So I'm giving you a male's point of view, but this still applies to everyone else. So yeah, let's get back to it. You can communicate without being cruel to the next person. You can feel angry, but not disrespectful to the other person. You can say that you need reassurance, but without being controlling to the other person. And that level of self-control is rare today. And this brings us on to the next part of the video, that defensiveness kills growth. One of the biggest signs or tells of emotional immaturity is, yes, defensiveness. Some men treat getting feedback as an attack on their identity, but that's not the case. So instead of listening to the other person, they become defensive by interrupting the other person while they're speaking. They justify everything that they do. They reverse blame it, so turn it onto the other person. And this is scary. It's scary. And one thing emotional mature men understand from this type of information is that feedback is just information. It's not a personal attack on you. So you can decide either to receive that information, or you can decide that you're going to be defensive and ruin the relationship that you have. So pick one, red pill, blue pill. So an example of defensiveness would be, let's say your friend comes to you and says, I don't feel really emotionally close with you right now. I feel like there's some distance between us. And the emotionally immature person would be like, oh, so now I am being a bad friend now. This is your fault. Like, bruh, chill. Daddy, chill. But the emotionally mature person would react by saying, oh, I'm sorry that my actions made you feel this way. Maybe we can talk about it and find something that can bring us closer together. So one invites connection and the other just causes tension because you're making it about yourself and you're not feeling the other person on what they're feeling. I don't have the proper words to say it, but I think you know what I'm saying. So yeah, you are justifying your own actions and completely removing the thought that the other person's feelings matter too. So be more emotionally mature on the situation because it allows for you to grow and self-reflect upon what you have been doing, and it helps you improve. But the other, being emotionally immature and being defensive, it doesn't allow you to improve. It hinders your growth. Okay, so this brings us on to the last part, that strength is stability. If you guys think that strength is being domineering, looking emotionally unaffected by anything that comes your way, and suppressing those emotions, you have the wrong idea of strength. Emotional maturity and strength looks like this. It looks like you being respectful even during a conflict. It is being able to communicate without manipulating. I wanted to rhyme it. It's to communicate without manipulating. Pause. And it's being able to apologize to the next person without your ego getting involved. So a mature man doesn't get uncomfortable when life starts to go up and down. He's able to process his emotions. He's able to sit down and have the uncomfortable conversations, but calmly. And ironically, that's what makes people trust you more, because people will feel safest around you when you are emotionally predictable. They don't have to fear, this is my favorite line, they don't have to fear tiptoeing on eggshells. I like doing this little motion. So, yeah. And this brings us to the end of the video. If you want to become emotionally mature, pause before you react. Don't weaponize your silence. Learn to regulate your emotions. And understand that emotional maturity is not a weakness, it's a discipline. And this helps you understand that the most emotionally mature people are not the loudest. They are the people that can remain grounded even when their emotions are heavy. If this video spoke to you, please like, subscribe, and send it to the next person, because modern masculinity needs more emotional strength and not less of it.